Hey guys, welcome back. I just got back from my work trip last night. You can see my not unpacked suitcase there. Luke is here. He's right back there in case any of you are wondering. I know some of you tune in just to see him, so he is here. So while I was there, I thought of a few video ideas, and one of them was to show you guys how I rotate through the makeup I use on a daily basis, as well as rotate in things that I'm trying out. I think I'm finally to a point where I am satisfied with how I am storing makeup that I use regularly. It took me a while to get there. I'm a pretty organized person. I thought I was being efficient for a long time, but I really don't think I was. So I'm just gonna get right into this video. So if you are interested in seeing how I store and rotate through the makeup that I use on an everyday basis, just keep watching. This is where I sit and do my makeup every day. This is an antique vanity that was given to me by my mom many years ago. I absolutely love it. I'm probably the only person on YouTube that doesn't use some kind of a white surface to do my makeup, but this is what I use. You can just kind of see how everything sits on there. Over on the right, I keep tissues, my mirror, and in front of the tissue holder, you can see there is a little Snapple jar that Brooke painted for me with an S for Stephanie. And I keep Q-tips in there because, you know, when your kids make you stuff, you keep it. And that is how everything looks over on the left. I really thought I was being efficient by keeping things in usually the top left and middle drawers and opening and closing them every day because I just don't like a lot of surface clutter. And I really was resistant to keeping anything on the surface at all. I thought that it would just look messy and busy. But what was happening was I was constantly having to open and close drawers while I was getting ready. It was inefficient. It was noisy if Michael was trying to sleep. And then I would just leave a mess out if I was in a hurry. So I looked into some options and I found the containers on the left. I will link them below. It's a modular system from the Container Store and I've been really happy with it. And I've found that I can put things on and put everything right back where I got it and it stays corralled over there and nothing is ever messy. So I really like the system I've got going on. It's so much better than when the surface was clear most of the time and I was reaching in and out of drawers. It just gets less junky this way. So I'm gonna move to the bathroom and move my system in there and show you guys what's in it. So this is used mostly for things that I use on a daily basis that I want within arm's reach that I can just pull out and use without thinking about it and put it back where it goes. But I also do put in some things that I am trying out and testing. I try to rotate things like bronzers, blushes, palettes, mascaras every week or two just so things don't sit stagnant in a drawer, and so I get use out of all of my items. So things in here might rotate every couple of weeks, but this is what is in here right now. My two Tarte Shape Tape shades stay in here all the time. They never leave. And I am trying out the new Milani Retouch and Erase Light Lifting Concealer. So it's in here right now. And I have 4 lip products in here at the moment. One is the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick in the shade Caramello. And it's just a really nice neutral shade. I've been told by my husband and my daughter that I tend to look like a corpse when I wear it. For some reason it washes me out. I'm trying to come up with ways to make it work. So I also have the new Marc Jacobs liquid lipstick in Slow Burn, and this is gorgeous. I wore this for the first time last night. It is just such a beautiful lips but better shade. I'm having that in there right now so I can get some good use out of it. I rediscovered this that I think everyone owned at one time, Pink Truffle by Revlon. It has been in a drawer. I kind of forgot about it, but the formula is still good. It still smells good. And yeah, again, another lips but better shade that I just wanted to rotate back in. So this helps me remember it. And I do keep my standard favorite nude that I've talked about ad nauseum on this channel, my Too Faced Le Creme in Sugar Daddy. It's just a perfect nude. Just kind of a no-brainer that I can reach for if I'm in a hurry. Really, I could reach for any of these except maybe the Stila, but again, I'm just trying to make that work. I keep my Bite Beauty Agave Lip Balm in here. It is dilapidated because I have used this so much. I will never be without this lip balm. It's perfect and it does travel with me. That's why it looks so horrible. I just rediscovered this Laura Mercier Natural Lips lip pencil, and it's just kind of a nude brown, and I'm just trying to use this a little bit more. If you guys follow me on my social media, you know I'm constantly trying to find a dupe for my MAC Subculture lip liner, which I think is the perfect nude. I just find the formula a little bit drying, and since I have just a nub of this left, I'm trying to use it up. Thanks to a couple of my viewers, I found this Lancome Natural Mauve lip liner, and it's beautiful. It's just such a beautiful pinky nude without being too pink. There's just enough brown, and it's very close to the Subculture. On the lips, it's really, really close. I like it a lot, so it is in the rotation right now. And up front, I keep my Benefit Gimme Brow. This is in shade 1, which is a nice taupey shade. And right back here, I keep 2 eyeliners that I am just trying to use up because I just have a little bit left. And I don't use pencil eyeliner very much. I normally line with shadows, but these are really nice pencil liners. It's the Urban Decay 24/7. This one is in Bourbon, which is just a nice deep brown. It does have a little bit of shimmer in it, but it's not too much. And then this one is in Whiskey, which is just kind of that same shade, but without any shimmer. And staying on this side, I keep my Guerlain Meteorites primer, which is just my primer of choice right now. And I do keep 2 of my staple foundations here, the Shiseido Synchro Skin foundation, as well as the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea foundation. I love both of these, and they don't quite fit in my drawer very well, so I like them to stand up, and I keep them out up here. And I am testing out this CoverGirl True Blend Face Primer for oily skin, so it's right here as well. And I do keep my Too Faced Cocoa Powder Foundation in shade Light Medium. And there is a powder puff that just fell down that I just keep in case I don't use my beauty blender for my powder. Okay, I had to wipe those swatches off my hands because it was driving me crazy. I keep just different palettes in rotation, and this is one that kind of stays in rotation because I just absolutely love it. It's so easy, a no-brainer palette. This is the Too Faced Natural Eyes, and I just find this so easy to use. I can get multiple looks out of this palette. And this is a palette I'm just trying to get more use out of, and I really do enjoy it. This is the Showstopper palette by Tarte, and it's very, very versatile and very easy to travel with. I just, for some reason, have been neglecting it lately, and I want to use it some more, so I am putting it there so I remember to use it. And my always favorite Tartelette in Bloom. You guys have seen this everywhere and on my channel. You know how much I love it. I will probably always have this in rotation somewhere. And I keep this palette behind this container because it's just a little bit wide. And this is one of Tarte's snazzy magnetic palettes that I thought was so great. In it, I keep various MAC and Stila and one Laura Mercier shadow. I just love this palette. I created my own warm eyeshadow slash blush palette, and I reach for it fairly often. This stays out 24/7. Moving to this section, my Benefit Erase Paste in shade 2 stays out constantly. This is something that I'm trying. This is a pure hydrogel lift primer for underneath the eye. This will be going in a video soon. I keep my 2 Laura Mercier powders, the translucent and the secret brightening powder that I love so much. And I found this little egg cup for $1 at World Market and had to pick it up, and that is where my beauty blender lives. And this section is for brushes and tools mostly. I keep my Shiseido lash curler looped over the side, as well as my Tweezerman tweezers. And over here I keep my powder brush, and I use their blush brush for bronzer. And I also keep two Morphe brushes that I use for highlighting and one for blush, and then I use this Sephora brush to contour. This next little section is divided into 4 parts, and in this one I just keep my concealer brush, whatever brow product that I am using at the moment, and my Real Techniques setting brush that I use to set my powder under my eyes. In this very back left, I keep this Bare Essentials handy bouquet brush that I use to dust on finishing powder if I use it. I usually use this for my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish, which you'll see in a second. In this section, I keep tall eye products. I am trying out a Maybelline Lasting Drama eyeliner, and that is in there. I keep my Armani Eye Tint in Cold Copper in here, and I keep a Laura Mercier Caviar Stick in Rose Gold. This next section is all eye brushes. I keep a Real Techniques lash comb, my Sephora Pro brush that has no name, Luxie blending brush, a Real Techniques brush that I blend my cream shadows with. These 4 brushes are used for eyeliner for various reasons. This is a MAC 266 and this is a Sigma E06, just for creating a nice wing. One is much thinner than the other, as you can see. This is a Laura Mercier flat eyelining brush, also used for eyeliner for pushing it into the lash line, but I've also created nice wings with this as well. This is a Trish McAvoy number 41 brush that I use to smudge liner with. This is a Morphe M508 brush that I use to smudge and line right underneath my lash line. And this is a Sigma E40 that I use to do my transition shade or just kind of a nice blending above the crease. MAC 239 that I use for a lid color, and MAC 217 that every single person on the planet has for blending or for a crease shade. And I think that's it for what's on the outside. So for what's on the inside of the drawers, in this drawer, I usually keep bronzers, blushes, and highlighters. So I have my Cargo Tonga and Tarte Sensual, which is somewhat new. The Cargo Tonga is not, but that's just my standard go-to everyday blush. The Tarte Sensual is more of a neutral. It's really, really pretty, kind of goes with everything. So again, I do rotate things in and out of this drawer quite a lot. And then this is the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer that is very, very good. I've been trying out some new drugstore things lately, new to me. And this is the Pure Mineral Glow bronzer that I got in my most recent BoxyCharm. This is the e.l.f. contour kit that I got, gosh, I guess about 2 weeks ago. I've really, really been enjoying this a lot for contouring with, and I've even used this for bronzer. So it's a great drugstore option. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more in a drugstore video. And here in the back, we have the Tarte Exposed Highlight, which I am loving, loving, loving. A little Travel Benefit Hoola, which I just think this is a great bronzer. And this is the drawer where I keep my pencil sharpener and my brush cleaner. This is what I use to clean off between blending and placing eyeshadow. And my MAC Mineralized Skin Finish Natural, which I use a lot as a finishing powder once I'm finished with my makeup. It just kind of gives it that airbrush finish, and you can see I am hitting pan. I also have 2 NARS single shadows that I use to line with quite often. They're both shades of brown. This one is Coconut Grove, this one is Galapagos. This one has some micro shimmer in it, but it does not come off that way when you line with it. But they line really well, wet or dry. I use them a lot. I also keep my paint pot in Soft Ochre, which I haven't used a lot yet because I got it fairly recently, but I have been enjoying it. And this is also where I keep the mascaras that I'm rotating at the moment. This changes out a lot except for this one. This is the Maybelline Lash Discovery I use on my bottom lashes. That is my consistent bottom lash mascara lately, and these two change quite often. Right now for my first coat I'm using the CoverGirl Supersizer, and for the second coat I'm using Tarte Maneater, and I've really been liking that, but that changes out probably every few days because I have a lot of mascaras that I like to try and rotate. So that's pretty much it for how I rotate my makeup that I use on a daily basis and how I rotate in what I'm trying out and testing out as well. I always enjoy seeing videos like these from other people, so I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're not subscribed, I would love it if you would hit that subscribe button. If you're not following me on my social media, I will put that on the screen and link it below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.